family doesn't know why, but it was because of that molestation. So I went from being really kind of smart kid to special education in the eighth grade, failed the ninth, 10th, and 12th grade. The only reason, honestly, I didn't kill myself is because I love basketball and I love sports, right? So, but I did have some episodes in there where I broke my ankle in the 11th grade year. John Thompson was coming down in Louisiana and he was picking basketball players up to go to Georgetown because during those times, he was coming to get a lot of black basketball players from the South, right? And so my friend Perry McDonald, Dwayne Ellis, and a couple other people went to Georgetown. Jonathan Edwards, but I broke my ankle, so it's weird, man. All these weird things happened to me. So my father had a gun, right? And so I went in the bathroom and I was just crying, man. I said, I'm worthless. I'm gonna just kill myself. I've been molested. I got my leg broke, whatever. And so I was shaking and I was scared because I had never shot a gun. I had never held a gun. So I shot the toilet, man, and the
Mm.
water went everywhere. And so that was the first episode with depression and suicidal ideation. So let's fast forward. I get to go to college because I got this humongous body. I'm 6'5", 275. I wasn't 275 back then. I was about 225. But
All hype.
yeah, all hype, man. Skinny, eating Popeyes. But I get to college, and because, quite frankly, because of the molestation, I didn't know if I was a man or a woman. Not that
Mm.
I had thoughts about, being gay or anything like that, but I grew up in a house with six women, and I got
It was an
molested.
era of confusion.
Era of confusion. That's right,
Yeah.
man. I'm just confused, and I'm not proud of it, man. But I was so confused. Anybody who would look at me, and I thought they were looking at me because I was some type of person who got molested, man. I just beat them up. So,
Mm.
um, I got a reputation in college for being a bully, and I went to a party one night. Them boys was waiting on me, man. Six dudes jumped me, beat me with a shovel, shot me in the back, and I was drunk, so I'm running, trying to get away from them, right? And all I hear is guns, pop, 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 and I ducked down, and he shot me in the back, and then once I was on the ground, he was trying to unload that thing in my face, man. And I tell you,
Mm.
I just for me, I saw, man, it's over, right? It's just over, and so. I went home back to Alexander from Alexander, Louisiana. I went to heal up. Coach said, "Hey, come on back, man. We got half a season left." So I go back, and you know, I don't understand what's the matter with human beings. I go back to the same place where I got shot, right at the same party, and my friends. This is importance of having sane people in your life, right? My
Yes.
friends, my so-called friends. They say, hey, Prime, they just call me Prime Time. They say, hey, Prime, this young fella's in here. Gave me a 45, man, and a sawed-off shotgun.
A friend.
My friends, because in that culture,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
gonna take care of this. Yeah, we
yeah,
got you.
and I didn't come from that culture. I didn't come from the hood. I came from the suburbs, right? My
Yeah.
mom moved us out of the hood
Mm.
to try to give us a better life, but now you got young Michael Barnes with two guns in his hand and about to kill this guy.
Mm.
I don't even know what I'm doing, right? But I always think personally, God always sends somebody in the wilderness to tell you which way to go, right or wrong. It's up to you to take that. So I had a guy on the basketball team. His name was Ace. He's one of the guys I respected. As ball players, unless you got game, like I don't respect you, right? So. Ace was one of the guys on the team. He was a senior. I respected him, and he said, "Oh man,
Taking you back on. Take your time.
yeah." He said, man, you kill that guy, man. You're gonna disappoint your mom, right? I love mom. I love my mother, man. Rest in peace to her. And
Mm.
So I didn't kill that guy that night, but even the sanest person, he told me, he said, man, get your crowbar and beat the hell out of him, right? So I got my crowbar out my car, man, and beat this kid up, just savage. I saw blood everywhere, and I was laughing because, that culture that we're in, man, kind of pumps you up and, gives you high fives for stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I went to jail. And, you know, some people say God is amazing. God is amazing, man. Like I'm in the courtroom. I had to spend the night in jail, a couple of nights in jail, and I get out, and the judge, man, it's crazy. She calling me a piece of excrement. You a thug. You a
Hmm.
low life. You
Wish she could
know.
see you now.
Yeah, but the she said, "You have anything to say for yourself?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." Like, this is not who I am. Like, this guy shot me 6 months ago. I was scared. And she asked the counselors, like, I'm glad, man, that they told the truth. Like, he said, yeah, like they did shoot him, but he still had no right to do what he did. And
Hmm.
she let me go because of that. Right. So
Hmm.
anyway, long story short, bro, I go to Baton Rouge to Kmart. I'm working as a janitor slash cashier. My girlfriend comes up pregnant. I ain't got no money. I'm still in baby clothes to get my son his beard born. So, I mean, like this stuff is crazy. Like it's crazy. It's like should be a movie or something. So
Yeah.
I said, man, I can't do this. I gotta. That's when I decided to come in the military. So come in the military, I still don't know how to deal with authority. I'm still dealing with this molestation thing, and that's where the two Article 15s come in at. Because anybody who was an authority over me that got smart with me or raised their voice to me, I just wanted to fight them because I
Hmm.
wanted to play like I was tough, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's why I got the two Article 15s. Um, One time, first sergeant, I was changing my name to Shabazz. This joker said, "You ain't worth the sperm that rolled down your mother's leg." Fam, I jumped over the desk, man. Almost
Oh
killed that
man.
dude. I almost killed this dude. Like, bro, what are you? So anyway, again, luckily, the brigade commander used to come to the post basketball games,
Hmm.
right? So when I was reporting to the brigade commander, I'm crying. All these people tough talking about what they ain't gonna do. I go to brigade commander, this big old dude. I'm in there crying like I'm three. Like,
Yeah. It
you
make you
know what
feel
I'm saying?
small. It make you feel small in that office.
Yeah, that's right, bro. That's a
Hmm.
frightening place. And he said, "Man, I'm so disappointed in you. Like, I come and watch you play. What are you doing with your life?" And he said, again, one of those times, man, you got anything to say for yourself? And I say, sir, like this is what this dude said. He was talking about my mama and me being the sperm not rolling out of her leg. And he said, what? So he said, I can't let you go. I'm not gonna give you a field grade Article 15, but we'll put it down to a company grade. So I still got the Article 15, which was right.
Hmm.
I should have been able to control myself. But fast forward it, you got a field grade, you can't be an officer. So, he basically
Save your life. Save your career.
he saved my career. So
Yeah.
that's who I am, man. That's my story. And so that's why I'm so compassionate. That's why I'm on TikTok. That's why I'm out here writing letters of character for soldiers.
Mm.
Because I know that's not the totality of who a human being is, judged by their mistakes.
Cause I mean, from the moment your story started at 10 from a traumatic experience that kind of put you in a sense of arrested development and made you live a life of confusion. You get to college and you don't realize you don't understand who you are.
That's
So
right.
you never fully develop from that space. But yet every bad opportunity that you found yourself in always kind of led you to another place.
That's
Like,
right.
cause I mean, when you was in that bathroom, that could have been an end. When that
Yeah,
guy was chasing you down, that could have been an end.
that's right.
That judge asking you, "Hey, what do you have to say for yourself?" That could have been an end.
That's right.
So your story is so long standing, and I want to talk to you about you being special education. Was the special education based on you just shutting down from the experience? Like,
Yeah.
were you always a smart guy? Because I mean, You got
Yeah,
2 PhDs, 4 masters. You wrote several
yeah,
books.
yeah,
This isn't the typical story of a person who is special education. So can you
yeah.
touch on that experience for a bit?
Yeah, the special education was purely because I shut down. I mean, I
Mm,
just didn't want to talk to people. I didn't trust anybody, and so I just refused to do anything. I refused to talk. I refused to read in class. So, I'm a kid, and they sent me to special education. So when they sent me to
mm,
special education, that to me it just made it worse because I really, to be honest with you, from that time through college, I was a functional illiterate, right?
mm.
Because I'm just playing ball, chasing women,
No
and to
child
be
left behind. You just get to the next stage.
no, you just get to the next stage. I'm a ball
Hmm.
player.
Yeah.
You
The
talking
door is
about
open.
yeah, the door is open. I'm a ball player. I remember one night I hit 35 points, and we won the game. The next day at the business office, I had an $1,800 check, and they bought me a Dodge Colt, one of those little cars. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, man. I mean, what I need to learn for. And
Yeah.
so I got people, I laugh with this girl on here all the time. Her name is Monique Wyatt. It'd be funny if you ever talk to her. She used to
I'm
take
gonna
my
write it
test.
down now. Monique
Yeah,
Wyatt.
she used to take my test, like. So yeah, my wife, who's now I've been married for 33 years, she used to type all my papers, right?
Man.
Right. So I'm a functional illiterate, but I'm a ball player. So you
Right.
bring that attitude into the military,
Mm.
and then military ain't playing that. Them drill sergeants, they ain't playing that. Either you gonna produce or we're gonna put you up out of here.
That's true. And I mean, considering that the obvious signs of two of the things that could have been a hindrance to your career. You're black and you're a Muslim. And we talking about 1992.
That's right.
How was that introduction to the military life after being the superstar and then getting to this organization where people just see you as this tall black guy?
Well, I converted after being in the military about 3 years. It's got this guy in the in the motor pool running his mouth. My name was Michael Barnes. I changed it. I'll tell you about that. But it's got this guy running his mouth about Muslims and all this kind of stuff. Now I told you up to 10. Like I went to catechism. I was being trained to be a Lutheran pastor. All
Hmm.
that stuff that happened, it was at Jarvis Christian College, right? So um he running his mouth about Islam. I'm like, yeah, clown, go sit down somewhere. I
Hmm.
wanted to fight him anyway because I had all this aggression, and so I say, hey, I challenge you to a public debate. So we debating, and he's talking. The first thing I said, first of all, you guys don't believe in Jesus, so you going straight to hell. Like it's over for you anyway. This debate is over. This dude ran
Hmm.
out 14 verses from the Quran about Jesus. I'm like, what? I say, bro, we can't have a debate if you lying. So everything that the Christians believe about Jesus, like Muslims believe, we just didn't believe he was God, right?
Hmm.
And so I'm going to the room and I'm reading this stuff, man. It was another pivotal moment. Like, dude, like I've been lied to. They like told me the Muslims like don't even believe in Jesus.
But this,
So
this, I'm sorry, I don't
go
mean to
ahead.
cut you off, but that is the ignorance of the Muslim religion. So many people don't know what we see on TV and what we hear. We are always told the negative and things like that.
That's
And
right.
I can only imagine what the experience was for you after 9/11. That's when it just
Yeah,
came
yes.
to an explosion.
Yeah, that was an explosion, man. But I saw the movie Malcolm X. This is in
Mm,
1995. I saw that movie. Like he had an eighth grade education, like,
right.
and I identified so much with him, fam. And I said, I didn't even know what a Muslim was. I was like, whatever he is, that's what I
That's what I
want to be.
want to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only man I've seen like strong like that. Hence the name Shabazz, right? He
Hmm.
left Mecca and he gave his name himself Shabazz. So I took Shabazz and I was just imitating him until I knew what to do for myself.
Hmm.
But yeah, so becoming a Muslim in the military, man, man, you talking about tough. These
Mm.
guys talking about beards. bro.
We definitely gonna get to that as well. We definitely gonna get to
Yeah,
that as well.
man, you talking about a beard in the military? I'm a black Muslim in the military, right? So
All points, everything points towards you.
everything points for me. Then people say, "Man, you had the courage to change your name." It wasn't courage for me. I was just trying to do better, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know once I put on the name. Oh my God, it was like I was Attila the Hun. These people like coming at me from all kind of directions,
Hmm.
right? And so I'm in the field one day. I'm not getting my religious accommodations. I'm crying, and I see the chaplain in the distance. And I was like, God, please don't let that clown, excuse my language. I was like,
Mm,
don't let that clown come and talk to me because I don't have no tolerance at this point for him
mm.
trying to convert me. So he comes over, brother, and he just started talking to me regular. And then he said, man, you very intelligent. Why don't you become a chaplain to help people like yourself? Oh my God.
The light bulb hit. The light bulb.
Light bulb moment. I was like, oh my God. That's me. And then once you find something, you start trying to talk yourself out of it.
Yeah.
I ain't smart enough. I'm dumb. I got a 92 GT score. All this stuff going through my head. I ain't religious enough. And then, man, I got to be honest with you. I say, man, that's the way I can help people like me.
Yeah.
So I dedicated myself. I went to BSEP, failed the test 4 times, passed it on the fifth. And then once I went to chaplain school, I dedicated myself to education. So I said, I messed up my life. It took me 25 years to mess up my life. I'm going to spend the next 25 years building my life. So I was in school for 25 straight years, up to last summer. And that's where you see the two doctorate degrees and the 5
Yeah.
master's degrees. So yeah, that's how all that happened, man. I just wanted to be an advocate for soldiers and be a role model, like a real model for soldiers who was educated, who had rank, and could stand in the gap for them. We got a young soldier, Sergeant Collins. She was here in
Yeah. I
Hawaii.
interviewed her yesterday.
Yeah, she'll
Yep.
tell you the story. She came to my
Hmm.
office and she's crying. They about to put her out. And I'm looking at the council and saying, and this is one of the important things I think I heard you talk about before about being competent.
Hmm.
I'm looking at the 4856 and they're talking about chaptering her out. And I was like, this ain't worth the paper that it's written on. Right? Lest me and you go to the lawyer, you will not be put out of the military. So we go to the lawyer. Lawyer says absolutely not, and I re-enlisted her 2 days later. But my
Hmm.
point to that story is, having a person like me and others who is not afraid, who's competent, and I can stand in the gap for her. Right?
Yes. Being
That's
that buffer.
that's why I became this guy.
Hmm. I think that's amazing, man. Like being competent is so important. Being knowledgeable is so important. All of these things that you have to deal with, and you come in, you saying you've been in being educated for 25 plus years. How have you been able to navigate through this career, being black, being Muslim, going through education, having to constantly deal with the backlash of so many things, like the beard conversation? I know that that was a hot topic for you because everybody was asking you like, why don't you have a beard? Or are you giving
Right.
people religious accommodations? So
Yeah,
how
that's
was
right.
that experience?
Well, one of the things that I learned about myself, I think everybody should have an opportunity to study themselves before they go out
Hmm.
and try to fight these battles on the front lines. One of the things that I learned about myself was I got some biases and prejudices as well, and very judgmental when you first see people. So I said to myself, I'm gonna give people a break on the initial stuff. Like just initial prejudice, initial discrimination and stuff like that. Because I learned that as a chaplain because when I went to my first duty station, I walk in the office, I'm a extrovert. Hey sir, my name's
Hmm.
Chaplain Shabazz. I'm glad to be here. Woo! I reach out my hand. This joker won't even shake my hand. He said, we got some problems with your religion and how you guys treat women. Have a nice day. Right?
Oh.
So 9 months, he ain't talking to me. I say, hey sir, just want to checking on you. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. Won't even talk to me. So I'm coaching his son in basketball, and they're Caucasian American. My son, obviously African American. These African American kids want to jump his son. Six of them, because they, he was in their eyes a privileged officer kid,
Six
and
is the
so
lucky number, huh? For the
six is the
jumping.
lucky number. That's right. Yeah, either you're gonna be carried by six
Yeah.
or
Judged by
but
12.
judged by 12. But
Yep.
my son helped him. So we in the field in Graftonville. I say, sir, I know you don't want to talk to me, but I just want to tell you, your son, my son helped your son. He was about to get beat up today. Right.
Mm,
So they called me and he said, oh, really? Sit down, Chaplain. So I tell him the whole story. Amazingly enough, this is what I'm talking about, human behavior. We
mm,
connected on that level. So the guy who wouldn't even talk to me for 9 months now is asking me to come to his house every Sunday to pray over his dinner and his kids. And he came from the formation and gave me a coin and said, and he was in tears. He said, I wronged one of my officers because of my own prejudice.
mm,
I think that's so powerful, man. And so that's what gave me the ideology to start, you know, I'm gonna find a way to navigate this system by giving people some initial breaks. It
mm.
hurt. I didn't like it. It's nasty. And to be quite honest with you, that story repeats itself every duty station I go to.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, the initial 4 months for me at every duty station is nasty, right? Because I'm Muslim. I'm a big old guy. I'm African American. All that stuff creates sometimes some consternation in people's mind. And so for me, I just go out, do my job. I love people. I take my hurt, which a lot of people can't do,
Mm.
and bottle it up because I know it's going to come a time where they're going to see my work and then they're going to love me. So I'm what you call, I term this term for myself. I've become an inverse paranoid, right?
Mm.
Where I believe, ain't always true, but I believe I can come into any situation and let my works show, and then people are actually going to start to like me. Not all people, but that's how I've navigated this career. And so I get a chance because of that to sit at some pretty incredible tables.
Oh man,
Speaking of it,
you've been doing speaking engagements and all that type. You have been consistently busy for a minute, and like you said, like even speaking on Sergeant Collins, it's good to have somebody that looks like you in a position like you can
yeah,
have the knowledge and be competent. I don't like to put the term hero on people, but it's so amazing to be a young soldier and be able to say like I can reach out to this person. This person is
that's right.
acceptable and is
Yeah,
willing to help me. And you
yeah,
will come across those soldiers who have those backgrounds like you. How
yeah.
do you ever feel like seeing yourself in those soldiers hinder you in a certain type